What's up, guys? It's Jake, not your average tech dad, and behind me it's my first project of 2025. I'm gonna do a fix and flip or fix and keep series this year. If I buy something that I like, I'll keep it. If I can make money off of it, I'll flip it. So right behind me, I got a $400 2001 Volkswagen TDI diesel 1.9 liter. I got this for $400. The body leaves a little bit of want. There's some paint fade, but there's not really any dings or dents. The front rims are different than the back rims. The interior is not too bad, as you can see right there. My $400 car. Yeah, but the interior is not too shabby. It was not running when I got it, so I jump started it and parked it right here. The battery is severely dead and there's a parasitic draw. So today I'm going to find out the parasitic draw, and that's why they advertised it as non-running, because the battery just kept dying and then it wouldn't start. So I'm going to go through the fuses, see if there's anything blowing. I did replace like a number 16 fuse to the fan relay because I know one of the fans were stuck on. So we're going to go from there. If we get it running, we'll go ahead and get a first test drive and yeah, go from there. Alright, one of my favorite things on Volkswagens is this little, when you pull up, this little pull lever pops out. Got our hood strut that's blown out, that's normal. A $400 car, that's not going to be worth fixing. So one of the fuses I had to replace is in here, go to the fan module. So that's replaced now, the fan's not coming on. It's kind of weird if the fuse is bad and the fan turns on. I'm gonna hop in, and it cranked over and started yesterday when I parked it here. So today we're gonna see if we can get it cranked over and turned back on. So let's see what happens. Alright, so one of the things I was noticing when I got this car last night and when I jump started it is it looks like the timing belt cover is off for whatever reason. That's one part that you kind of really want. Other than that, the engine bay looks basically stock and untouched. I mean, there's no like battery strap hold down, but that's normal. I did check the oil, and the oil is over full. So one of the first things I'm going to have to do is do an oil change to get it to the right level. I'm going to search eBay for a timing belt cover, because you don't want this breaking, and that might be one of the projects that we'll have to do on this car. Other than that, it just looks like your normal car that has been sitting. But owners had said that it had been sitting for 5 years, and they would jump start it and move it every now and then it got to the point where they were struggling to get it started. And when I jump started it, I let my car sit charging the battery for about 30 minutes, and that's what got it to crank over and good to go. This is a brand new battery, but because of that parasitic draw, it wasn't starting consistently for them, and they just got fed up with it. So for now, I think I'm just going to leave the engine bay alone, and then we'll go from there when I get this stuff to do an oil change and a timing belt cover, and let's hop onto the inside real quick and see what's going on in there. All right, hopping into the inside. The interior is missing a few little panels. As you can see, it's not too bad for a 2001. It has 274,000 miles. It is a manual, so that's always fun. I'll go ahead and start it up so you guys can see the dash lights and whatnot. Pop on like that. Pops right on. Looks like we have an airbag light. I believe on a Volkswagen this one's like brake sensors, so they have a thing like, or if the brakes wear down to a certain point, it pops on. ABS light. I don't know why the hazards are on. They do this for like the first 15-20 seconds when you turn on the car. I'll have to do some research and see what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, other than that, has seat heaters. I think the AC seems to click on. I heard the AC compressor click on. There's some things I gotta figure out, like the armrest doesn't go down and it's taped shut. The stereo doesn't come on, so I'll probably have to replace one of those. I believe the moonroof worked yesterday so moonroof still functions. Let's leave that shut though. So yeah, I do know the power windows don't work, so no power windows at the moment. Also, the trunk doesn't release and open and close, so I'm gonna have to find a way to pop the trunk. Maybe there's some parts in there, I'm not sure, but yeah, stick around. I'm probably gonna go ahead and check like an ABS fuse and some other stuff and see if I can get the radio to work and maybe like the ABS light and whatnot to go off, because with jumping it all the time, I know some people do pop fuses here and there. So stick around, you can watch me check some fuses and see if we can get that trunk open. All right, so this just started working. Electric locks. So let's see if we go over to the trunk. Oh, shoot, son. All right. The trunk is very heavy, but it looks like we got 2 stock tires, so that'll be nice. I have a set of 4 matching rims now. Let's go get some cheap tires for those. There's the jack. Other than that, nothing too crazy in there. All right, that's good news, because now I'll have 4 matching rims. I get some cheap tires popped on there. Not a huge deal. Sweet. All right, well, let me go check some fuses real quick, and we'll see if we get the radio working and maybe the ABS light to shut off if it's a bad fuse. And then we'll go for our first test drive. All right, since this car's been sitting, it looks like the windows have been down and stuff's gotten wet. I'm just gonna go one by one and check all these fuses. So you're gonna see like a quick time lapse of me going one by one, but if there's any blown fuses, I got a big box of fuses inside. I'll go ahead and replace them one by one. The one that I did replace yesterday was this one, and that's what got the engine running better and the fans to shut off and on. So I think this one gave energy to the fan module. And so yeah, let's go one by one. Let's do a little hyperlapse and I'll let you know, hold it up if anything goes bad. All right guys, let's shut this hood. I topped off the brake fluid just a second ago. I didn't get it on video because it was a real balancing act to get it down in there. Gonna see if that shuts off the ABS light. Coolant looks good. Oil was a little bit over full. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm not gonna drive it too much. Make sure battery terminals are connected and tight. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it as is because it seems to be running fine. We're gonna go ahead and shut the hood and do our first test drive. If I can get my ghetto hood prop undone. There we go. Bam. Slam it like a $400 hood. I couldn't get the windows to work. I couldn't find any bad fuses, as you guys saw in that little time lapse. So I gotta wait for our first bath until I can get those windows up, because I really don't want to get the inside wet. I know I've been getting wet for years, but now that I own it, I don't like getting my interiors wet unless it's to clean them. So I am gonna go ahead and start this up, and we'll back her out and hit the road. One quick thing before I hit the road: I cannot drive with this crazy for sale sign on here anymore. I know the tint's bad, but driving with a big square on your window is just like atrocious. And so the story of me buying this is actually kind of funny. My neighbor had it for sale. I was driving down the street and saw the for sale sign and was like, oh, I gotta have that. So yeah, $400 later, I didn't even negotiate him down. It wasn't worth it. So let's get her started up and go from here. Alrighty, welcome to the inside of a 25-year-old car. Which is funny, it doesn't even seem that crazy that it's 25 years old, because I am 35 years old, and this was one of my first cars in high school. So it's kind of a full circle to get another Jetta again. As you can see, it's a little dirty. Oh, I love the sound of a diesel. But yeah, it's cruising. So yeah, stick around. We'll get her up to speed. Maybe run to Walmart, see if we could find some oil change stuff real quick, and then go from there. Woo! The brakes don't work so good. So maybe there is something to that brake light. Sorry, driving manual with one hand, holding the camera in one hand on the wheel is a little bit hard. But yeah, no check engine light yet. Seems to be cruising. I gotta figure out the ABS light, which probably like a wheel speed sensor or something. Definitely gotta figure out that radio situation. Can't cruise without jamming. But I mean, yeah, it seems to be cruising like nothing. I got a half tank of gas. I am gonna do one of my one of like the secrets that I know from back in the day, which is to put a little bit of marine two-stroke oil in the fuel tank, because these old diesels, they love a little bit extra lubrication. So I'm gonna grab some of that while we're at Walmart too. But yeah, let's see what this thing can do. I'm gonna get it up to 60 here in a second, and just shoot, this thing might become my new daily driver, even though I have a newer car. Let's see where time takes us. Alright, so this is 55. I don't want to break the speed limit too much. I don't think with the ABS light on, I don't think cruise control is going to function. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to have to figure out. I think I'm going to order a new master switch, and hopefully that solves my window problem, because I got to get these windows shut. But other than that, I mean, this thing seems to be running pretty decent. Maybe I'll hit up Pick and Part one of these days and get some interior pieces. But yeah, let's keep cruising. And just like that, we're at Wally World. So let's see. Oh, check it out. Got switchblade for protection inside. Right, after searching long and hard in the oil department, I cannot find an oil filter for that car, but I got some 2-stroke marine oil to throw into the fuel tank, and we'll see what happens. All right, so after some more searching, got some oil. I found this beer coat. We're gonna test that out, and my 2-stroke oil, and we should be good to go. So I'm gonna check out and head home. Got the goods, headed home. Might do a 2-stroke oil on the gas tank while we're in the parking lot, see what happens. All right, let's pop this whole thing in there. When I did this on an old Cummins diesel, it made the injector pump so happy. It cut the engine noise in half. So we will go put a little bit of fuel in there to get it to mix around, and then we'll see if it quiets down at all over time. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up episode 1 of the cheap $400 TDI fix and flip, maybe fix and keep. I don't know. I like driving this little thing. So yeah, today got it up and running. Does have a few problems left to work out. I got to get the windows working. Definitely have to do an oil change since it has too much oil in it. Still has the ABS light on, and that's about it. I'm gonna drive it for probably about a week or 2. I got to get it to pass emissions, so got to cycle through so many like ignition cycles and whatnot to get that to happen. But yeah, next episode I think we're gonna try to tackle getting the windows working, doing an oil change, and I got a little secret I want to try on the roof. Involves wet sanding and some clear lacquer paint. We'll see what happens there. Try to make this car a little bit pretty for cheap. Maybe we'll spray paint the hood, color match it, and then clear coat it. Try to get this car looking like it's worth more than 400 bucks. But yeah, stick around. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to do 1 video a week for this whole year. All right, peace.